Hi, I'm Pia, and this is the Luotos knitting podcast. The reason I'm laughing is because this is probably the take 12 or so, or something like that, a ridiculous number. I've either been forgetting my words or getting all rambly about the weather, which is hot. It's over 25 degrees Celsius in my apartment at the moment. I'm a melting puddle, basically. I'm laughing also because I have a cardigan in my lap. It's adding to my heat. It's adding to my warmth so much. I'm already dying to show it to you so I can just, remove it from my lap. But I haven't been getting around to that yet before I've lost all my words, forgotten where I was, or gotten so rambly that I had just had to cut it, basically. So yes, I'm Pia. I'm a Finn from Finland. This is my second English speaking episode. So yeah, let's just jump into it, basically. In my last English speaking episode, which was also my first one, I showed you a yellow striped cardigan. I have actually finished it since then. Last time I showed this cardigan to you, I still had the sleeves to do. But yes, since then I have finished this object, and I've actually worn this cardigan so much. This has basically become my go-to knitwear, something to throw on during the mornings when it has been still a bit nippy. But I think this is quite large, so I'm not sure about whether I can fit it all to the screen, but I'll show it to you in parts. So yes, this is the cardigan. These are the sleeves. So as you can see, it's a very boxy shape. It's a very boxy shape. Basically, no waist shaping whatsoever. A very small amount only, and I have these very straight lines. This is the shoulder seam, and this is the sleeve. So as you can see, there are there's no curvature in the setting of the sleeve. It's just basically very straight lines, some minuscule sleeve shaping, and these sleeves are quite straight, not too many decreases in them either. I wanted to have these pretty wide sleeves, so I wouldn't feel so that it wouldn't feel too skin tight. That's the word I'm looking for. So yeah, it's this very basic stripy pattern. I have no pattern for this cardigan. I just knitted it from the top of my head. There's a double knit border all the way. There's the button band, also done in double knit, and the bottom of the cardigan is also the same double knit. So I'll just quickly put this on. So as you can see, it's a very loose and boxy fit, but I like it that way. It's I'm going to melt in this, so I'm not going to wear it for that long. But I do like this. I like this a lot. So as you can see, the shoulder drops a considerable amount. I have this button band. Basically, this button is never going to be buttoned up. I'm usually wearing it from this button downwards. There are these, I forgot a button in there. So these are very basic gray plastic buttons I had in my button stash. And the fit is very loose. So I'm a big girl. I'm a large person. So I wanted to make this cardigan to be a bit loose for me. I'm not a fan of too form-fitting clothes. I do like my clothes fitting, but I don't want them to be too tight on me. It just doesn't feel that good. So this cardigan is perfect. This is the cardi in the back. So as you can see, I'm going to show the sleeve. As you can see, there's this striping. The striping, it has 1 row of white, then 6 rows of yellow, and this yarn over very basic whole stitch pattern is basically just a knit 2, do a yarn over and knit 2 together, and then repeat that, knit 2, yarn over, knit 2 together. And as you can see, it's this one very narrow stripe, then there's the more broader holy as you can see, I'm not finding my words today. So basically, very basic striping. I'm not going to try and mince my words with this cardigan anymore. It's just not working today for me. I'm sorry, but I do love the cardigan. I do love it very, very, very much. I'm proud that I finished it. It was in the works for maybe three or so years. Maybe 3 or so years worth of it sitting in my UFO drawer. So I did finish it. I'm happy that I did. I do use it a lot. Actually, it has some minor pilling, in my underarms because of the use I've put in it through. But it's all worth it, I think. It has become a very sort of staple in my wardrobe. But yes, I have some other unfinished objects actually. Things I have progressed. I have progressed them, but I haven't finished them. As I have told you previously, I have a lot of unfinished objects lying around basically every every day of the week. I have a severe startitis, which means that I love to cast on, and I love doing the first few rows or pattern repeats, and then I lose interest in that particular project for it could be 2 weeks, it could be 3 months, it could be 2 years, something like that anyway. So things take a while to be finished in my house. But actually I have to take a sip of water. It's so hot in here. My mouth is getting so dry. It's beginning to be hard to talk. But yes, I actually want to show you something I've been working on recently during this past week. Or well, this is something I began knitting. I cast on this one, I think it was sometime in February or March or late January, something like that. It was during the winter time when it was still snowy outside. I can't do better than that. But this is going to be a sweater for my daughter. She came to me and asked me if I could knit her a sweater that has a cat pattern on it. So basically, she wanted to have a cat on a sweater. And what could I do? Nothing except say, sure, I'll knit you a cat sweater. So I cast this one on. I'll show you the backside first. So this is what I have progressed so far. It's going to have this color dipped hem, and the sleeves are also going to feature the same color dip in them, and the rest of the sweater is going to be this natural white alpaca yarn. So the brownish orange is actually a merino sock yarn, and this white yarn is some kind of an alpaca blend. I actually don't have any I've forgotten what the word is. Any yarn labels? Any labels on me at the moment? I've misplaced them somewhere, so I really can't remember exactly what type of yarn this is. This white one, but it's an alpaca blend. That should be enough. And this orangish brown merino is Lanitium X Machina, and the colorway is called 3 Septembers and a January. That one I can recall. It was some kind of yarn club yarn from maybe 2 years back or something like that. A friend of mine gave this yarn to me as a gift. So I've basically been hoarding this yarn ever since, and it was something my daughter really fancied. So I decided that her sweater would be good enough for me to use it on. So yes, I've knit this one sleeve, and this is currently as I'm doing this from bottom up, I'm in the middle of attaching the sleeves to it. But as you can see, the second sleeve is only at the beginning. I haven't made much more progress than this on the second sleeve. But if you count the fact that yesterday when I ducked this from my UFO stash. I only had finished this orangish brown section in my first sleeve, so all this white section here I knit during yesterday. So I think it's a pretty good amount of knitting for one day, basically one night. So yes, and the cat part of the sweater is on the front. So if I can manage to show it to you, I'm duplicating stitches. So it's I'm embroidering the pattern on the sweater using duplicate stitches. So I've finished most of the embroidery. There's still some way to go. I'm going to show you the pattern I'm using. This is a picture I drew myself, so this is my own design. And so this cat is going to have an ear over here. I have gotten all the whiskers and the eye already done, but there's going to be some fish. There's going to be some fish in this area here, and the cat is basically eyeing the fishes. Why do I keep saying the fishes, even though I know it's not correct? But yes, I'm very happy how this sweater is progressing. It does look like, well, it doesn't look like anything if I'm, considering it time-wise, because I've learned over the years that I can't be trusted. I really can't be trusted with keeping with any sort of knitting timetables, or if I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be finished by next so and so, then I'm just being too optimistic. I have so many works in progress at the moment, all the time. I have so many works in progress all the time, and my interest, the interest I have at any given moment for any project really is so fickle. It's so fickle. I can't really be trusted to keep any sort of timetables for knitting. I'm just, I'm the sort of person who knits what they feel like knitting at the moment. That's why I need to have loads and loads of works in progress all the time. Because if I should have only one or maybe two works in progress at any given time, I think I would feel too stifled. I definitely would feel too stifled, and I think my creativity would be sort of drained by not getting access to it whenever I felt like it. So yes, this is the photo, like as if I would have any photos. This is the picture I drew by hand. So this is the picture. All the darker sections are the stitches I've worked on, and the lighter sections are those I haven't yet embroidered. But yes, this is the cat that's going to be on the sweater. I'm very happy how it's turning out. Oh no, yes, I had a bit of an entanglement over there. So yes, It's coming out rather well. I'm really pleased with it. I'm actually going to finish. Sorry, I'm very sorry. I'm going to finish embroidering it before I continue with those sleeves too much. I want to make sure I have enough of that yarn. So I'm not sure. I'm not so sure whether or not it's going to be enough. So I really have to him and haw with it a bit, at least. Oh, I'm so hot and flustered and bothered. This heat is really draining me. I'm more suited for the winter. I like it when it's snowy and cold. I can wear all my lovely knitwear. During the summers I'm really 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 hot. I I feel I feel tired all the time. But yes, I think that's enough of me complaining about the weather to you. But yeah, I think I will show you something else I've been working on. Actually, there's a knit along going at the moment, only in Finnish. So sorry about anyone wanting to get along with it, but I actually designed these socks. I designed these socks and let me show it to you. This is called the Funkkis sock. Funkkis as in Funkkis. Funkkis. And the Funkkis is actually Finnish shorthand for functionalism, which means functionalism. And functionalism was and is an architectural style that was in vogue in the 1930s. So Funkkis takes its name from the functionality style. And these are supposed to be sort of functional socks. So as you can see, there's this this looks like ribbing, but actually it's not ribbing. It's actually cable. It's cable knit to look like ribbing. It's very stretchy, and there's this cabling in the heel and on the foot and in the toe. This model sock I'm holding is a size 35, and the size 35 is the European shoe size 35, which means it's basically 22 centimeters from the end of this heel to the toe. Basically 22 centimeters if I round it up a bit. 21.8 millimeters centimeters is actually closer, but 22 will do. So yes, it has a very stretchy heel, so it stretches all the way, and actually this knit stretches a whole lot. So these socks are meant to hug your foot. Oh, my tummy is rumbling. I hope you can't hear that, but it's distracting me a bit. I'm a bit hungry at the moment, so I'm very sorry for my for my gastrointestinal noises. So yes, where was I? I'm sorry. I lost my footing. I lost my words. I I'm I'm a bit tired, so I'm finding my tummy rumblings too funny. But yes, where was I? Yeah, in trying to explain about these socks. So the Funkkis socks, these are meant to hug your foot. So these look really slim, but as you can see, the leg stretches quite a bit, and the heel stretches, and the foot stretches, and even the toe stretches. Although I have to note that the toe section doesn't stretch quite as much as the rest of the sock, but still good enough. And it also stretches in this direction as well. So basically, what the Funkkis sock is, it's like a woolen hug for your foot. It's meant to hug every curve on your foot, and it's meant to stay put. It's meant to not get all rotted up in your shoe. So what my daughter was complaining to me about was that her woolen socks were getting all rattled up inside her shoe. So she wanted me to knit her a pair of socks that wouldn't do that. And I came up with the Funkkis. And these should be so snugly against your feet. These should fit so snugly against your feet that they're basically not gonna get all rotted up inside the shoes. And there's also this long-legged version of it. So this is the longer leg, and this is the shorter leg. So there's going to be 2 leg options in the pattern. I'm actually currently working on writing the pattern both in Finnish and in English. So this shorter leg is a bit diagonal, and the longer leg is more straight on the top. But the similarities are there anyway. I'm actually trying to finish this one for my upcoming photo shoot. I have to take the pictures for the pattern, so this is going to be featured on the pattern as well as this one. My friend has agreed to model the socks for me, and she has a size 35, 36-ish feet. So these are going to be fitted for her. And the sock has this cabling in the front. This is the front of the sock. It has this basic cable, and this all of this, which looks like ribbing, is actually cable. It's cabling. It's not ribbing. So basically, this is a cabled sock. And it's very nice on your foot. I'm trying to insert some pictures in here somewhere where you can see the Funkkis sock on my feet. And I don't know what else to say. I really like these socks. I'm holding a knit along, a test knit along at the moment in Finnish for these Funkkis socks. It's going rather well. I'm very proud of all my test knitters. They've located a few mistakes, and a few of them have already finished their first sock. I think someone already finished a pair of socks, and they look so awesome, and I couldn't be happier. It's just amazing to me to see that people have knitted socks using my pattern, something I have created. It's just so awesome and a bit overwhelming, actually. I I almost feel like crying with joy every time I see a pair of socks someone has finished using my Funkkis pattern. It's I feel proud of myself and I feel proud of them. And my Funkkis pattern is going to be released sometime in July. I think early July. I'm aiming for that at least. The pattern writing is coming along great. All I need basically now are the photos for the finished pattern, and then I'm good to go. And these socks are going to be featured in those photos. I only need to finish this one, and perhaps I can schedule the photo shoot with my friend on June, sometime in June. But I'm sure you'll see those photos later, and I'm sure to be telling you all about the Funkkis socks in my next episode that I'm going to record in English, and I'm going to gush about the Funkkis a lot more then. But yes, that was all for today, and I hope I see you next time, and thank you so much for watching. See you. Bye.